This boy can see ghosts. Because he sees them daily, he tries to avoid unnecessary contact with them. One day, a female ghost comes too close and tries to possess him. He punches her in the face and tells her not to bother him again. The ghost apologizes and promises not to come back to his house. This boy, Bong Pal, has been seeing ghosts since he was a child. His main goal in life is to collect 1 billion won, so he offers his services as an exorcist. Despite years of work, he has only earned 127 million won. At this rate, it will take him another 12 years to reach his goal. Since he lacks combat experience, he only takes on weak ghosts. When he encounters strong ones, he backs out, knowing he can't defeat them. One day, he gets a message from a girl asking for help to get rid of an evil legendary ghost at Seoi Girls High School. When she offers to pay him 10 million won to come to the school immediately, Bong Pal agrees without hesitation. Upon arriving at the school, Bong Pal spots a pretty high school girl in the computer lab. She suddenly vanishes and then reappears right in front of him. Recognizing her as the ghost, Bong Pal engages in a fight with her. After he knocks her to the floor, the girl feigns a heartache, claiming she died from a heart condition. When Bong Pal approaches to check on her, the girl ghost pokes him in the eyes and ends up beating him badly. Enraged by his loss to a high school girl, Bong Pal leaves the school in anger. The next night, he returns to the high school, wielding his uncle's holy sword. Spotting the ghost, he attempts to attack her, but she disappears. Reappearing behind him, she kicks him in the back, causing him to fall. Despite Bong Pal's efforts, he finds it difficult to defeat the ghost. While they're fighting, they tumble down the stairs and end up kissing accidentally. The ghost, named Hyun Ji, died 5 years ago, but she still can't recall what happened to her or why she's stuck in the realm of the living. However, after kissing Bong Pal, memories of her death start flooding back. She remembers lying injured in the middle of the road. Bong Pal tries to explain that the kiss was unintentional and happened because of their fall down the stairs. Furious at Bong Pal for mocking her over her first kiss, Hyun Ji continues to fight with him. Meanwhile, Bong Pal's university fellows and members of the Ghost Net Club, Chun Sang-in and Rang, are hiding in the same high school bathroom to capture ghost videos for online sale and to attract more club members. Suddenly, they're attacked by a different ghost than Hyun Ji, prompting them to flee. Seeing the vicious ghost's face, Bong Pal momentarily forgets he's an exorcist. As they take the elevator to leave the school, the ghost grabs Bong Pal by the neck. In response, Bong Pal punches the ghost in the face. To his horror, the ghost's face transforms from a girl's to a man's. The man was formerly a teacher at the high school, but he was a pervert. While he was peeping into a girl's restroom, a student hit him with a bucket, causing him to fall and hit his head on the wash basin, leading to his death. Bong Pal could leave the school immediately if he wanted to, but upon seeing Hyun Ji alone with the perverted teacher ghost, he chooses to help her. Before the pervert can harm Hyun Ji, Bong Pal intervenes with his sword. A fight breaks out between him and the evil ghost, but it becomes clear that the ghost is stronger. Initially, Bong Pal pretends to apologize to the ghost to catch him off guard, but then he launches a surprise attack. The pervert easily overpowers him and grabs him by the neck, intending to choke him to death. Seeing Bong Pal in peril, Hyun Ji comes to his aid. She kicks the pervert in the groin, and together, she and Bong Pal fight the evil ghost. When the ghost knocks Hyun Ji down, she instructs Bong Pal to aim for the ghost's head because she can see his weak spot. Following her guidance, Bong Pal strikes the ghost's head with his sword, causing it to vanish forever from the realm of the living. Later, during their conversation, Bong Pal realizes that Hyun Ji was the one who messaged him earlier from the school's computer about the ghost. She sought his help because she was afraid of the pervert. Now, Bong Pal demands his 10 million won fee, but Hyun Ji explains she's a ghost and has no money. Enraged, Bong Pal tells Hyun Ji never to show her face again. Hyun Ji, who doesn't remember how she died, feels a glimmer of hope when she realizes that kissing Bong Pal triggered her memories. Desperate to uncover the truth behind her death and existence in the living world, she seeks out Bong Pal at his house and attempts to kiss him again. Unaware of Hyun Ji's true intentions, Bong Pal pushes her away, telling her she looks younger than him and should act accordingly. Hyun Ji is flattered by the comment, but since she died 5 years ago, she's actually older than him. When Bong Pal asks what she's doing, Hyun Ji explains she just needs to confirm something. Irritated and unwilling to converse further, Bong Pal tells her to leave. However, Hyun Ji isn't ready to give up so easily. On the other hand, we see Bong Pal's uncle, Monk Myung-chul, who has cared for him since his mother's death and his father's departure. Myung-chul knows Bong-pal can see ghosts, but as a monk and exorcist, he strongly advises Bong-pal not to interact with them. Despite this, Bong-pal works as an exorcist because Myung-chul told him that if he undergoes eye surgery, he won't be able to see ghosts anymore. Therefore, in order to gather the 1 billion won needed for the operation and live a normal life like his fellows, Bong-pal goes against his uncle's instructions. Meanwhile, Hyun-ji continues to follow him everywhere. When Bong-pal asks if she has nowhere else to go, Hyun-ji explains how she has lost her memory and doesn't even know why or how she died. Despite this, Bong-pal isn't ready to trust her, thinking she's fabricating a story. When Hyun-ji tries to kiss him again, Bong-pal shows her an amulet, believed to offer protection against ghosts. Since Hyun-ji is a ghost, she immediately leaves his house. The next day, Monk Myung-chul is summoned by an owner who's fed up with a ghost terrorizing her guests. Confident in his ability to banish the ghost, Myung-chul attacks with his sword. However, being an elderly monk lacking his former powers, he's overpowered by the ghost inside the room and gets beaten up. That night, upon returning home, he senses some unusual energy in the apartment, but dismisses it and joins Bong-pal for dinner. Later that night, while Bong-pal is asleep, Hyun-ji sees it as an opportunity to kiss him. However, before she can do so, Myung-chul wakes up from a nightmare, startling Bong-pal. Seeing Hyun-ji too close, he becomes annoyed and kicks her out of the room. The following day, Bong-pal is tasked with removing the ghost from the inn. After the owner shows him the room, she leaves the inn. While Bong-pal explores the room, Hyun-ji senses something amiss in the gallery area. Meanwhile, as Bong-pal is in the room, a hand pulls him into the cupboard. It's a female ghost who urges him to leave the inn as soon as possible. She's terrified because she was once abused by her husband, who eventually killed her by locking her in the cupboard. It turns out her husband has also become a ghost and is responsible for all the deaths at the inn. Suddenly, Bong-pal hears someone screaming. As he emerges from the cupboard, he witnesses the evil ghost lifting Hyun-ji by the throat. Spotting Bong-pal, the ghost tosses Hyun-ji aside and confronts him. Despite Bong-pal's efforts to fight back, the ghost proves stronger. Just as the ghost is about to kill him, Hyun-ji rushes to his aid, kicking the ghost away. Amid the battle, Hyun-ji discerns the ghost's weakness. It turns out the man was stabbed by his friend in the same room. Since both the husband and wife were murdered, their souls had been trapped in the living realm. Armed with this knowledge, Hyun-ji immobilizes the ghost and instructs Bong-pal to strike him in the side. Following her guidance, Bong-pal manages to defeat the ghost. With the husband's spirit defeated, the woman, previously tethered by her husband's presence, is now free to move on to the afterlife. That night, Bong-pal asks Hyun-ji why she's been following him. It's then that Hyun-ji confesses that when she kissed him earlier, memories of her death resurfaced after 5 years. Upon hearing this, Bong-pal kisses Hyun-ji, but she doesn't experience any flashbacks this time. On the other hand, Chun-sang and In-rang are striving to make their videos go viral. However, Chun-sang encounters a setback when his account is hacked by someone named Sadako. Sadako is a troll who spreads negativity on social media, particularly targeting a famous idol singer named Ms. with malicious comments. The problem escalates when Sadako hacks Chun-sang's account to post hate comments to Ms. from his profile as well. As a result of the relentless negative feedback from the public, Ms. tragically commits the unthinkable. Now, her soul roams the world, seeking vengeance against those who contributed to her suffering by posting hateful comments on her profile. Meanwhile, Bong-pal and Hyun-ji have made a pact. In exchange for helping Bong-pal defeat ghosts by revealing their weaknesses, Hyun-ji will receive food and shelter from Bong-pal, allowing her to stay with him and prepare for the college entrance exam. Hyun-ji's ghost friend informed her that she was on her way to take the SAT exam when she realized she was dead. Therefore, they suspect Hyun-ji's soul might be lingering in the living realm due to unfinished business, possibly related to taking the SAT exam. The contract is made, but it seems like Hyun-ji's food expenditures are much more than Bong-pal expected. She insists on adding meat to the cart, causing Bong-pal to feel uncomfortable in public. On their way home, Hyun-ji asks Bong-pal to buy her a dress, but he refuses, doubting she'll be able to wear it. Hyun-ji reveals that she can wear the dress if he burns it, but Bong-pal is unwilling to consider burning a new dress, so he declines. Meanwhile, Sadako's hateful comments on his gameplay and broadcasts only further enrage Chun-sang. As Sadako posts one of his malicious comments, a news report on TV announces the tragic death of idol singer Ms. Suddenly, the video of Mrs. committing unthinkable starts playing on Sadako's phone, terrifying him. Lost in watching TV, with Mrs. songs playing, Sadako is unaware as Mrs. Ghost emerges from beneath the bed. Upon seeing the ghost, Sadako cries and screams, but there's no one around to help him. Meanwhile, Chun Sang and Rang arrive outside Sadako's apartment building, prepared to confront him about the hacked account. As they open the door to the apartment, they're shocked to find Sadako dead, blood streaming from his eyes and mouth. Panicked, they swiftly exit the building and contact the police. They are initially suspected by the detective, but they are cleared when CCTV footage reveals they arrived after Sadako's demise. Suddenly, another detective joins them and reveals that Mrs. Online haters, who posted numerous offensive comments, are meeting untimely deaths one by one. Following Sadako, it's now Chun Sang's turn. Though his account is hacked, he can't do anything about it because Ms. won't give him time to explain the situation. Now, Chun Sang and Rang are in a state of panic, realizing that Ms. will soon come for them. In a bid to save his friend, Rang seeks out Bong Pal, whom he has witnessed battling ghosts before. While Rang tells him about Ms. and her murders, Chun Sang holds wooden crosses to protect himself from the ghost. When Rang calls him, the connection is temporarily lost. Soon after, Chun Sang sees Mrs. committing unthinkable on his phone along with her song. Panicked, he tries to leave his room, but finds Ms. waiting for him in the hallway, horrifying him. Ms. knocks him unconscious with one punch. Before she can harm him more, Hyun-ji arrives, pushing her away from Chun Sang. Hyun-ji tries to make her understand that killing people won't change anything, but Ms. is too enraged to listen. A fight breaks out between the two, with Ms. getting the advantage. She attempts to choke Hyun-ji, but Bong Pal arrives just in time and throws Ms. against the wall. Seeing herself in the mirror, Ms. realizes she's not who she's become. Hyun-ji's words make her realize her actions are wrong and won't bring her anything. Surrendering to her fate, Ms. disappears into thin air, continuing her journey to the afterlife. That night, while Hyun-ji sleeps, Bong Pal burns the dress he recently purchased for her. When Hyun-ji wakes up, she discovers herself in that lovely dress. She's overjoyed as it's the first time someone has bought her a gift in 5 years. Meanwhile, when Bong Pal sees her, he's struck by her beauty. On the other hand, a girl is taking a bath in a sauna. Suddenly, she feels something touching her legs. When she looks down, she's horrified to see a ghost. The next day, Rang and Chun Sang are worried about paying Bong Pal for his exorcism service. They're short on money, and to make matters worse, the school committee disbands their ghost net club and kicks them out of the college-provided apartment. With only a small amount of money, the duo finds a cheap place to spend the night, the same place with the haunted sauna. Unaware of the paranormal activity there, the friends are happy to get a 50% discount. The duo arrives at the sauna and lie down to get some sleep. Suddenly, Rang feels hot, so he leaves the sauna to sleep outside. After he leaves, the lights start flickering. The ghost of the sauna appears before Chun Sang, causing him to panic and try to leave, but he can't unlock the door. Additionally, the ghost grabs him from behind, restraining his movement. After a struggle, Chun Sang manages to wake up Rang, who helps his friend escape the haunted sauna. The next day at school, Rang searches online and learns that a man died in the sauna a month ago, possibly explaining the ghost's presence there. The duo was already stressed due to their financial situation, as Bong Pal keeps calling them for payment. They avoid him until he runs into them at the university. Catching them, he demands his exorcism fee, but Rang asks for 2 more days. To gather the money, they devise a plan. They approach the sauna's owner and offer their exorcism services to rid the place of the ghost affecting his business. After the owner agrees, they offer Bong Pal the job for 1,500 won. Initially, he refuses, but when they raise the payment to 3,500 won, he agrees to the deal. That night, the team arrives at the sauna, and Bong Pal starts exploring to find the ghost. While he, Chun Sang, and Rang are busy there, we see Hyun-ji sleeping on the floor. She came along to help Bong Pal fight the ghost, but she drank beer earlier and was too intoxicated to get up. Suddenly, Bong Pal hears a scream. It turns out the ghost he's been searching for has already approached Hyun-ji with evil intentions. Hearing her scream, Bong Pal rushes to save her as fast as he can. In the hallway, he finally encounters the ghost, who seems obsessed with Hyun-ji. As he grabs the girl, Bong Pal retaliates, starting a fight between them. While the ghost is busy fighting the boys, Hyun-ji drinks some juice to sober up. She tries to attack the evil ghost, but he catches her and lifts her in the air, attempting to kiss her, much to Hyun-ji's disgust. Seeing this, Bong-pal gets up again and confronts the ghost, but nothing seems to work against this strong giant. While the ghost tortures Bong-pal, Hyun-ji notices his weakness, a stab wound on his chest. When she informs Bong-pal, our hero hits the ghost right on his wound, causing him to vanish from the world of the living. After earning money from the exorcism, Chun-sang and In-rang pay Bong-pal and keep the rest for themselves. After completing this recent exorcism, the two decide to turn it into a business. They talk to Bong-pal and tell him about their new plan. They'll look for jobs like the sauna gig, and Bong-pal will handle exorcising the ghosts. This way, Bong-pal won't have to worry about finding new gigs. He agrees to the deal with the duo. However, he still refuses to join their ghost net club. To salvage their sinking ship, Chun-sang and In-rang turn to Seo-yeon, Bong-pal's crush. Aware of Bong-pal's feelings for her, they convince her to join the club, hoping it will persuade Bong-pal to join too. Hearing their tale of hardship and homelessness, Seo-yeon decides to join the club. The plan succeeds, as Bong-pal finally agrees to join as well. After reforming the club, all the members decide to have a picnic like other college clubs. They head to a nearby picnic spot where In-rang's family owns a cottage. Near the cottage, there's a lake where Hyun-ji and Seo-yeon sit on the dock to relax. Unaware to them, a ghost in the water has been watching them since their arrival. While Seo-yeon sits there, the ghost grabs her leg and pulls her into the water. Hyun-ji, who is also present there, gets panicked. Before she can fully grasp the situation, Bong-pal spots Seo-yeon drowning. He pushes Hyun-ji aside and helps Seo-yeon out of the water. When asked how she ended up in the water, Seo-yeon says someone pulled her in. Hearing this, Bong-pal immediately suspects Hyun-ji, as she's the one who dislikes Seo-yeon. Hyun-ji denies it, but Bong-pal doesn't believe her. Angry at Bong-pal's false accusation, Hyun-ji walks away and sits at the dock to calm down. While Bong-pal goes to buy ointment for Seo-yeon, he learns from the shopkeeper that the lake is haunted, and many people have died there. Realizing Hyun-ji was telling the truth and now she's in danger, he rushes back to the lake to save her. Meanwhile, Hyun-ji sits near the lake when the ghost pulls her into the water. Gripping her leg, the ghost drags her deeper into the water, making it hard for her to fight back. Just then, Bong-pal arrives. He dives in to save Hyun-ji but gets trapped by the ghost. Seeing Hyun-ji sinking, Bong-pal fights the ghost, causing it to vanish into the afterlife. He then rescues Hyun-ji, who appears to be fading. However, she soon recovers from the ordeal and embraces Bong-pal, sharing how scared she was earlier. Due to the incident, Hyun-ji feels weak. Seeing her condition worsen, Bong-pal decides to skip college to take care of her. While Hyun-ji sleeps, she has flashbacks of the day she died, being hit by a vehicle and seeing a woman weeping for her. Seeing Hyun-ji struggle to wake up, Bong-pal tries to comfort her, but she doesn't seem to improve. He tells Seo-yeon he can't come to college because he's feeling unwell. He did this so he could care for Hyun-ji. He spends the day making soup for her, hoping she'll get better. When she finally recovers, Hyun-ji tells Bong-pal about her dream where she saw flashbacks of her past. She still can't figure out who the woman in her dream is or how she died. The next day, In-rang and Chun-sang decide to get uniforms for their team. So, the trio goes to a shop and buys some black suits suitable for their profession. Hyun-ji asks Bong-pal to buy her a uniform since she's part of the team, but Bong-pal refuses. After shopping, the team goes straight to a building for their next job. A woman has locked her daughter in her room ever since she started behaving strangely. In a flashback, it is revealed that the woman used to scold her daughter, Young Song, for getting low grades in school. Despite ranking 12th, it wasn't enough for the woman, who believed she was working hard for her daughter to achieve top scores. Due to the constant pressure from her mother, Young Seon decided to take her own life. However, before she could jump off the building, she was possessed by a ghost who exploited her vulnerable state. One day, when the mother brought fruit to her daughter's room, she was shocked to find torn pages scattered everywhere. Young Seon was purposefully scratching the pages, and when her mother tried to stop her, she slashed her arm. As if that wasn't enough, she started wearing revealing clothes and heavy makeup, which was inappropriate for a school-going girl. When her mother confronted her about her rebellious behavior, Young Song pushed her away, claiming her daughter had died long ago. Despite this, her mother followed her to the club. Upon arriving, she was shocked to see her daughter sitting too close to a man twice her age. Enraged, she grabbed her daughter's hand and slapped her hard across the face. Since Young Song was possessed, she started laughing maniacally, making it clear to her mother that something was wrong with her daughter. While talking to Bong Pal, the woman shares how she took her daughter to doctors and shamans, but it only worsened her condition. Suddenly, Young Song starts pounding on the door, screaming at her mother to let her go. When the mother panics, Bong Pal calms her down and decides to investigate further. As he enters the room, Young Song catches sight of Hyun Ji with him, leading them to believe she's possessed. For a moment, Bong Pal sees the ghost that has taken over the innocent girl. A struggle ensues between the girl and Bong Pal. Initially, Bong Pal is easily overpowered by the ghost. Hyun Ji tries to assist him, but Young Song manages to fend her off. Hearing screams from the room, the mother panics, but Rang and Chun Sang manage to calm her down. As the fight continues, Young Song keeps attacking our exorcists while countering their moves. After knocking down the duo, Young Song escapes the apartment. Just as Young Song wanted, the ghost compels her to attempt the unthinkable. However, before she can jump, Hyun Ji intervenes and pulls her away from the railing. She tries to rouse Young Song, but it seems the ghost has fully possessed her. As the ghost strangles Hyun Ji, Bong Pal arrives just in time, diverting its attention to him. Another battle ensues between the two, but despite their efforts, Bong Pal and Hyun Ji fail to exorcise the ghost from Young Song. Growing more aggressive, the ghost tries to choke Bong Pal. However, Young Song's mother arrives and calls out to her daughter. She apologizes for being strict and unfair, urging Young Song to stop. As Young Song regains her confidence, her body grows stronger, causing the ghost to leave her. With the ghost expelled, Bong Pal can fight back with full force without fearing harm to Young Song. Eventually, he successfully exorcises the ghost, and the mother is joyfully reunited with her daughter. They apologize to each other for their mistakes, marking the start of a new chapter in their lives filled with happiness and love. On the other hand, we meet Hai Sung, a veterinary doctor and a professor at Bong Pal's university. One day, he is examining a stray cat at the request of his student Hyun Jin when the cat scratches his hand. Filled with rage, Hai Sung finds the cat that night and kills it for scratching him. Unfortunately, Hyun Jin witnesses this brutal act, but is too afraid to speak up. After Hai Sung leaves, Hyun Jin approaches the cat and discovers Hai Sung's pen nearby. Things get even stranger when Hai Sung takes a detour upon leaving the class, with only Hyun Ji standing in his way. This makes Hyun Ji suspicious, but she brushes it off. After class, Seo Yun discusses the lectures with Hyun Jin. As Hyun Jin is leaving, Hai Sung's pen falls from her bag onto the floor. Seo Yun picks it up, and seeing Hai Sung's name on it, returns it to the professor. Realizing that Hyun Jin witnessed his crime, Hai Sung confronts her on her way home, showing her the pen. Sensing danger, Hyun Jin tries to escape, but Hai Sung catches up to her and chokes her to death. The following day, he returns to the university and acts like nothing has happened. Meanwhile, Hyun Ji's friend, Kyung Ja, confides in her that she has a crush on someone from the same university as Bong Pal. That night, Kyung Ja finds her crush's apartment and explores the area to learn more about him. While going through his belongings, she discovers Hyun Ji's student card in the table drawer. Just then, her crush returns to the apartment, revealing himself as none other than Hai Sung. It turns out he can also see ghosts, making him similar to Bong Pal or possibly possessed by the ghosts. Upon seeing Kyung Ja, he chokes her until she turns to ashes and disappears. Meanwhile, a hiker discovers Hyun Jin's lifeless body in the forest. The police are called in, and the detectives suspect Hai Sung of the murder because his car was spotted near the location where Hyun Jin's body was found. However, Hai Sung denies any involvement, and due to insufficient evidence, he is released. Nevertheless, the detectives remain suspicious of him. In addition to possessing Hyun Ji's student card, Hai Sung appears to have ulterior motives concerning Bong Pal, as he repeatedly inquires about his father. As time passes, Bong Pal and Hyun Ji grow closer to each other, yet they are both hesitant to express their feelings. The next day, the team of exorcists is on their way to help another man who turns out to be possessed. His sister informs Bong Pal that her brother used to be very ill. However, after he fully recovered, he began experiencing seizures suddenly. Since then, he has been confined to bed and screams whenever he wakes up. One day, he lost control and locked himself in the bathroom. When his family managed to open the door, they found him in the shower with a cut on his wrist, indicating he had attempted the unthinkable. While the sister is explaining this to Bong Pal, they hear Hyun Min's screams. As they enter his room, they find him lying on his bed. When the sister tries to open the curtain, it closes on its own, indicating paranormal activity. Just then, Bong Pal and Hyun Ji see a female ghost sitting on top of Hyun Min. Before Bong Pal can catch her, she vanishes. Suddenly, Hyun Ji notices a picture on the table. In the photo, Hyun Min is with the same girl who just appeared as a ghost. When asked, the family reveals that the woman is Hyun Min's girlfriend, Soo Kyung. Hyun Min's mother is infuriated with Soo Kyung for hurting her son even after her death. The next day, Hyun Min loses control and wreaks havoc in the room, turning everything upside down. Seeing him bleeding from his forehead, his sister becomes concerned for him. Suddenly, Hyun Min hears a voice and in response, knocks his sister to the ground before leaving the house. After he leaves, the sister sees Soo Kyung's ghost, now staring at her. Terrified, she calls Bong Pal again and updates him on the situation. When asked where Hyun Min might go, she reveals that his favorite spot is the river, where he used to go with his girlfriend and where he scattered her remains. The team quickly heads to the river and finds Hyun Min on the bridge. With Hyun Min teetering on the edge of the railing, Hyun Ji decides to teleport herself to prevent him from committing the unthinkable. Upon arriving at the bridge, she knocks down Soo Kyung's ghost, who was standing behind Hyun Min. When questioned why she wants to harm someone, the ghost explains that she's merely trying to save her boyfriend. Before Hyun Ji can make sense of the situation, Hyun Min jumps off the bridge. Fortunately, Bong Pal arrives just in time and rescues Hyun Min from the fall. After taking Hyun Min to the shore, Soo Kyung's ghost approaches him and pleads with him not to take his own life. In a flashback, it's revealed that Hyun Min was diagnosed with a brain tumor. The doctor informed him that without the operation, he had only 3 months to live, with no guarantee of success even if the surgery was performed. That night, overwhelmed with grief over his short life expectancy, Hyun Min drank excessively. Soo Kyung, passing by, saw him and intervened. Just before he was hit by a vehicle, she helped him realize the importance of living life to the fullest. From their first meeting, Hyun Min fell deeply in love with her. The two became a couple and created beautiful memories together. Then came the day of the surgery. Knowing he might not survive and unable to talk to Soo Kyung if it failed, he decided to call her. Upon learning about his illness, Soo Kyung rushed to reach Hyun Min at the hospital as quickly as possible. However, tragically, she was struck by a truck and lost her life on her way to him. Meanwhile, the surgery was successful. Excited to share the good news with Soo Kyung, Hyun Min called her, only to be informed by someone else of her passing. Devastated by the news, his health deteriorated, and he became suicidal. Unable to bear the thought of living without the woman for whom he had risked undergoing surgery, he found it impossible to accept her death, as they had already planned their life together. In the present, Hyun Min expresses his desire to join Soo Kyung in the afterlife. However, Soo Kyung pleads with him not to, insisting that her happiness lies in his living a healthy and fulfilled life. She then extracts a promise from Hyun Min that he will never harm himself again. After making the promise, he bids farewell to Soo Kyung, who continues her journey to the afterlife. Having spent many days together, Bong Pal and Hyun Ji have developed feelings for each other, and Bong Pal has already confessed his love to her. However, one day, when monk Myung Cheol visits Bong Pal's apartment in his absence, he encounters Hyun Ji. Though he cannot see her, he senses her presence. Aware of Bong Pal's involvement with ghosts, Myung Cheol urges Hyun Ji to leave him for his own well-being. He then reveals Bong Pal's tragic past. As a child, an evil spirit possessed him, and his parents sought Myung Cheol's help to exorcise it. Though Myung Cheol expelled the spirit, it lingered, eventually killing Bong Pal's mother in front of him, leading to his ability to see ghosts. Subsequently, Bong Pal faced bullying due to his unusual behavior. Aware of Bong Pal's past suffering caused by ghosts, Myung Cheol urges Hyun Ji to leave him alone for his own well-being. Tears stream down Hyun Ji's face as she contemplates the negative impact of her presence on Bong Pal's life. That day, when Bong Pal returns home, he finds a cake left by Myung Cheol for his birthday. Later that night, he and Hyun Ji celebrate his birthday on a cruise ship, where Hyun Ji apologizes to him for everything. She then asks Bong Pal to fetch her a drink. However, when Bong Pal returns, he is unable to find her anywhere. She has vanished from his life, leaving behind only her beautiful memories. That night, when Bong Pal returns home, he discovers Hyun Ji's dress vanishing. Suspecting that something happened between her and Myung-cheol, he confronts the monk, questioning him about his conversation with Hyun-ji. Myung-cheol admits to instructing Hyun-ji to leave, which infuriates Bong-pal. The next day, Hyun-ji arrives at a net cafe and searches for the Daehan Essay Academy, a name she frequently sees in her visions. Gathering the information, she heads to the academy's location, where she had an accident in the past. Suddenly, a car hits a woman, but luckily, it's not serious. However, the scene triggers memories for Hyun-ji of her own accident and her hospitalization at Hanil University Hospital. What she couldn't recall was that Hae-sun was the culprit behind her accident. In the present, Hae-sun notices Hyun-ji near the Essay Academy, revealing he can see her. Later that night, Hyun-ji arrives outside the hospital, where she saw herself in her vision. Outside, she encounters her mother, the same woman who wept for her in her flashbacks. Hyun-ji follows her mother home and explores the area adorned with her photographs, trophies, and medals. Suddenly, her mother receives an urgent call, prompting her to rush to the hospital. Upon arrival, the doctor informs her that her daughter, Hyun-ji, has experienced a shock and has been moved to the ICU. Hyun-ji is stunned to learn that she's not dead, but has been in a coma for 5 years. As she watches her body being taken to the ICU, she experiences a mix of fear and relief. On the other hand, Bong-pal and his crew are on their next job when a ghost suddenly appears in front of their van, startling them into leaving. As it turns out, this is the same ghost they've been tasked with exorcising. Bong-pal easily defeats the ghost, but sustains injuries while avoiding a collision with a speeding car. And Rang and Chun-sang rush him to the hospital, the same hospital where Hyun-ji is admitted. After seeing her body and realizing she's alive, Hyun-ji immediately understands that she can now be with Bong-pal. Meanwhile, Hae-sun has followed her to the hospital. Utilizing his resources, he discovers that Hyun-ji is still alive, but in a coma for 5 years. Although there are no signs of her waking up, he doesn't want to take any chances because if she remembers everything, she could expose him to the police. While he is near Hyun-ji's body, her ghost finds Bong-pal outside the hospital. She reassures him that she will never leave him again, and that she is alive. Before she can say more, she experiences intense pain. It turns out that Hae-sun is using his evil powers to harm her. After he successfully harms Hyun-ji, Hyun-ji's ghost experiences the pain of a cardiac arrest and disappears into thin air. Meanwhile, doctors rush to attend to Hyun-ji, administering CPR and electric shocks. Fortunately, they manage to revive her, and after 5 long years, she finally opens her eyes. Hae-sun is greatly irritated to see Hyun-ji regain consciousness. In the same hospital, Bong-pal locates her. However, to his dismay, she doesn't remember anything, not even her accident. When Bong-pal embraces her, she pushes him away, stating that she doesn't know him and wants him to leave the room. Bong-pal is initially shocked, but when he learns of her memory loss, he spends the following days bringing gifts, caring for her, and bringing her food. When he tells Hyun-ji that he is her boyfriend, she is taken aback, as she doesn't see Bong-pal as her type. As time passes, and Hyun-ji observes how Bong-pal knows everything about her, from her favorite color and books to her preferred food, she starts enjoying his company. However, she still isn't ready to accept him as her boyfriend. While leaving for her room, Bong-pal tries to stop her, causing Hyun-ji to lose her crutches and fall to the floor, with Bong-pal catching her to prevent the fall. Once again, an unplanned kiss is on the verge of happening, reminiscent of their first encounter in high school. Although Hyun-ji expresses her frustration at Bong-pal for kissing her, deep down, she also feels butterflies in her stomach. It seemed like everything would finally be perfect, until the police discovered Bong-pal's father's body in the forest. His father had left him when he was young in pursuit of catching the evil spirit that killed his wife. Bong-pal and Myung-cheon are called to the morgue to identify the body, and to their shock, it turns out to be Bong-pal's father. Bong-pal had always harbored resentment towards his father for leaving him, but his death fills him with regret for not responding to his father's letters over the years. At his father's funeral, Hyun-ji arrives to pay her respects. However, when she sees the picture of the deceased, she is greatly shocked. Suddenly, memories of her first meeting with Bong-pal's father begin flashing back. It turns out that she had met him 5 years ago outside a temple. When Hyun-ji informs Myung-cheon about it, she recalls how Bong-pal's father approached her for a favor. He gave her an envelope and asked her to deliver it to his son at the given address. The envelope contained Bong-pal's address and the ritual tool used by monk Myung-cheon to keep Bong-pal safe from the evil spirit that possessed him. After the evil spirit was expelled from Bong-pal's body, it killed his mother, and then possessed Hae-sung in order to find the ritual tool and destroy it. Since Hyun-ji had the tool, he attempted to kill her. However, after checking her bag, he found nothing inside. After hearing Hyun-ji's side of the story, monk Myung-cheon realizes he must take action to contain the evil spirit once and for all. With the assistance of a female monk, he obtains a sword capable of containing the evil spirit's energy. However, the ritual is extremely risky and could potentially cost Myung-cheon his life. On the other hand, Hae-sung approaches Hyun-ji and introduces himself as Bong-pal's professor. He then invites her to his clinic, where he spikes her drink, causing her to become unconscious. He subsequently abducts her and forces her to remember the location where she kept the ritual tool before her accident. Hyun-ji leads him to her school where she had stored the tool in her locker. With the tool retrieved, Hae-sung can now destroy it to ensure his continued existence among the living. Since Hyun-ji is now of no use to him, he decides to end her life. Before he can choke her to death, Bong-pal finds her and saves her. A fight ensues between Bong-pal and Hae-sung, but due to Hae-sung's strong evil powers, he gains the upper hand. After Bong-pal is knocked down by him, as the evil spirit attempts to kill Bong-pal, Myung-cheon rises, activates the sword with his blood, and launches an attack on Hae-sung, causing the evil spirit to leave his body. Before the evil spirit can possess someone else, Myung-cheon offers himself. As the spirit approaches him, he holds the sword in front of him and tries to contain the evil spirit within it. However, his efforts prove futile as the evil spirit leaves him injured. Hyun-ji then tosses the ritual tool to Bong-pal, who dons it, and with a single punch, ends the entity's existence once and for all. After defeating the evil spirit, he attempts to wake up Myung-cheon, but nothing seems to work. Just as Bong-pal loses hope, the monk smiles at him, revealing that he did survive the attack during the ritual. Upon waking up, Myung-cheon checks on Hae-sung and discovers the man is still alive. The police arrive and arrest Hae-sung for all the murders he committed. Although he was also a victim, he was possessed by an evil spirit because he initially intended to kill someone. Hyun-ji is reunited with her mother, who blames Bong-pal for all the misfortune in Hyun-ji's life. She informs Bong-pal that they will be leaving for home tomorrow, and if he truly cares for her, he should let her go now. Bong-pal respects Hyun-ji's mother's decision and avoids meeting Hyun-ji. Later, Hyun-ji takes the SAT exam, hoping to gain admission to Bong-pal's university. On the day the results are announced, a ghost keeps bothering her. Initially scared by her newfound ability to see ghosts, Hyun-ji finds courage from Bong-pal to confront them. During the freshman welcoming party, some girls invite Bong-pal to join. Knowing that Hyun-ji didn't pass the exam, Bong-pal initially hesitates to attend since she won't be there. However, the girls insist, and Bong-pal decides to go. To his surprise, he spots Hyun-ji among the freshmen. It turns out she was admitted to the university, but kept it a secret to surprise him. That night, Bong-pal gathers the courage to visit Hyun-ji's mother once more. When asked why he's there, he confesses that he wants her permission to date Hyun-ji. Hyun-ji's mother acknowledges that she initially disliked Bong-pal because her daughter had just emerged from a 5-year coma, and she couldn't tolerate a stranger around her. However, after meeting him and getting to know him, she's now willing to accept him as her daughter's boyfriend. Life returns to normal but in a more fulfilling way. Bong-pal and Hyun-ji have found love. Meanwhile, Chun Sang-in and Rang are eager to grow their club by inviting Hyun-ji to join officially. Bong-pal and Hyun-ji are initially hesitant to work, but they reconsider, realizing that not all ghosts are evil. They recognize the need for someone to guide lost spirits to the afterlife. Bong-pal talks to Myung-cheon and questions why he continues to perform exorcisms despite the risks and minimal pay. Myung-cheon reveals that he assists ghosts in resolving their grudges in this world, while also aiding people in overcoming their fears. He believes that guiding those who are lost ensures the happiness and well-being of everyone. Motivated by the desire to aid ghosts, Bong-pal and Hyun-ji decide to officially join the club. Their goal is to combat evil spirits while helping those